Welcome back, everyone, to another Eat Speak podcast, the most delicious podcast in the Metroplex. I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.
You know, it is getting to be that time of the season for holiday dining. We think about all the things we want to round up for Christmas, including tamales. You know, one of the best tamale makers in town has a lot more going on besides tamales these days. So we want to talk to the man behind the ghost kitchen trend of 2021 and what's ahead in 2022 with Chef Lanny Lancart. Hello, Lanny.
Hi, Bud. Steve, thanks for having me.
You know, this has been a busy year for you. You run your regular restaurant, Righteous Foods. While everybody stayed home during the pandemic, people learned they could log in to eat fajitas and have fajitas sent over to their house. And now you're trying to have about 5 more kinds of food delivered, or maybe only 2 or 3 more. But tell us about your ghost kitchen and Fantasma Kitchens.
Sure. Yeah, that's kind of how it started. I'd looked into eat fajitas before the pandemic, but we launched that ghost kitchen out of Righteous Foods. So we operated from last March until October 20th around. We moved over to something I've been planning for a while. It's called Fantasma Kitchens. It's a ghost kitchen, and it's going to house some multiple brands that of different concepts of food that all kind of speak to my wheelhouse with Mexican-inspired ingredients and technique, but different approachable cuisines that will all serve via delivery, self-delivery. We don't partner with any third-party apps. We employ all of our delivery drivers, and available also for pickup in our pickup window. On the maybe you guys can help me describe it, but I'm called the shallow north side. It's kind of just as you come up the hill of Jacksboro on the north side. So it's getting folks to come and use our pickup window as well.
You're on what we would call the short north side.
So short north side. There we go.
Short north would be you're on North Side Drive between University and Main, and the former Methodist Church there, near the podiatry office, and near a lot of other landmarks that people know.
Yeah.
But it's the short north side, and now the next thing people are asking is what kind of food is he serving, and what can I get? So you said a variety of brands, and you need to go over for people. What is it? Fajitas, pizza, what else?
Sure, and El Pollo Tocayo. So we've got our first 3 concepts, and we do plan to launch more next year. And when we get our feet under us and comfortable with operations with our first 3 concepts, but we moved deep fajitas, like I said, which was already operating, which is beef chicken combo. We've got shrimp, we've got smoked quail wrapped in chorizo, quesadillas, just your basic fajita fare, but we take it to a little bit different level and use responsibly sourced ingredients, and although fajita is a little bit of a different take on it. And then our second concept is pizzas a pasta, and that's something I've been really wanting to do for a long time, and it's in the Italian realm. We make all of our doughs in-house, and same thing with our flour tortillas that we make from duck fat and farm fresh butter. But our pizzas of pasta, we have what's called La Flaca and El Gordo, or El Gordo y La Flaca. The Flaca pizza is our thin style pizza that is a 3-day dough we use with ingredients that we source from all over the country with some really small artisan charcuterie guys that are making some really, really cool products. I think the one up right now is called the Chupacabras. It's a beaten goat salami that we finish with mozzarella cheese company from Dallas's goat cheese, some cilantro, red onion, and Calabrian chilies. But it's the thin style is more of I call it a New Yorkish. It's not totally New Yorkish, but it's certainly something you can fold. It's not floppy and it's crispy. The other style we do is in the Sicilian realm. It's similar to Detroit style as well. Detroit style and Sicilian are pretty similar, but we do a thick crust, but it's not a gut bomb thick crust. It's really airy. We do a really long proof on it, so it's a really nice bite on our thick called El Gordo pizza. So all of our signature pies, you can choose either Flaca or Gordo, and then we make our pasta in house. But we do the spins that I've actually been kind of looking into and playing with from my days in fine dining at Alta Cocina. I did a lot of exploration into Italian cuisine with Mexican ingredients. So our bolognese has barbacoa that we braise in the traditional Mexican way. We have an esquites instead of a kind of a carbonara or cream sauce. We blend corn to give it a creamy texture with chile poblano and cotija instead of Parmesan. But we do use a lot of real Parmigiano Reggiano, and then kind of in this the same realm. A lot of our pizzas have a real direct nod to authentic Italian pies, but I intertwine some Mexican ingredients and not just your typical taco toppings. Or more of authentic ingredients, like our pizza with Florida calabasas, which is squash blossom with esquites and a white sauce and cotija. So I always lean on what I know best, and that's the interior Mexican, authentic Mexican cuisine. But Italian's my second love in food, and I've always wanted to open a concept that I can blend those two. So the pizzas and pasta is what we're kind of how we're showcasing that exploration in those two cuisines. And
Steve, I can't believe we're talking to Lanny Lancart about pizza.
Yeah, I know. And I thought we'd get to some drinks here, because I think I saw some margaritas on this website also.
Yeah. And that's another thing we have called Fantasma Spirits, and that's since the door was opened last year, kind of fully, that we can pre-mix cocktails and sell them. We have a line of pre-mixed cocktails called Fantasma Spirits, and that's our margarita that we've fresh lime juice, very simple, good tequila, good orange liqueur. And then we have 6 other drinks, ranging from a mezcal, Aperol spritzer, to kind of we call it a Mexican long tea, or a long Mexican tea. It's called El Borracho. It's kind of got everything in the kitchen sink. We've got some plays on like a mezcal mule with mezcal, or vodka with mezcal instead of vodka.
These are all for home delivery.
That's right. Yeah, it's all available like on our website and app, and it's all they're all pre-mixed. It's 32-ounce container, and we send it with a bag of nugget ice, and so it's kind of instead of the kit that you have to mix, we just send the cups and the ice, and you just pour it right in. So the 32-ounce serves about 4 to 6 people, depending on how steep your pour is, but it's about 6 margaritas per batch. So they're
Lanny, really... I feel like we may just be overwhelming people here with a lot of different food and different drinks and different information. I think for some of the people watching, you need to go ahead and explain exactly what is a ghost kitchen.
Sure. So a ghost kitchen is a to-go and delivery only restaurant, which has been bubbling for the last 4 or 5 years, and I think the guy that started Uber is always seems to be mentioned as one of the leaders in this style of places. And it is a place that typically partners with third-party apps for delivery. So it's just a virtual restaurant where you can only order online or by phone. Most of them only online, because they're tech companies that are doing this. And this is, I think, my take on it is an elevated dining experience with self-delivery. So we stay out of that tech world, because I don't know about that. I know about food, but it's and there's no customer facing experience really. So it's not somewhere you would go to walk in to eat. It's something that's intended to be experienced in your home for convenience. I think last year really gaslit the ghost kitchen industry, and everybody wanted to get into it really quickly because it was so prevalent, and table service restaurants all shifted and pivoted towards that ghost kitchen model, and a lot of people aren't going back. But I'd been working on it for a while because I think it's pretty valid for all kinds of different folks that have a need for that kind of dining. You may not want fast food or a cheaper style pizza. You might be really into good ingredients and still be short on time, whether it's getting off work late or having small children or whatever the case may be, that you might need convenience and something delivered to your house because you don't have the time to put together and go and get into a restaurant. We want to deliver, our ghost kitchen model wants to deliver an elevated experience that you would have in a restaurant, but for folks that are short on time or having gatherings for other people and folks over and don't want to cook and clean their own kitchens.
Steve, I know you've had some dinners at home. Have you had any ghost kitchen deliveries?
No, I haven't. But I was looking at the website, and it looked like you could either pick it up at your ghost kitchen or you deliver. How far off do you deliver? How from your location?
We have a 6.5 mile radius. It's actually quite large. A lot of people are pretty shocked that we deliver as far as we do, but I'm trying to capture as many customers as I can right now by doing the self-delivery in a big radius. When I was at Righteous, our radius was actually smaller, but whenever we went to a delivery-only mile model, it's a 6.5 mile radius, but it's actually kind of as the crow flies. So it captures up to the drive time, maybe 10, 12 miles from our our place, but on the radius at 6.5 miles. So it goes as far.
If you do your own delivery, you can do that. I know that the famous one is Campese's, which does their own delivery, and they deliver to Walsh Ranch and Aledo and places like that. They have a lot of long delivery runs, but they do it with their own drivers.
Right. Yeah. We want to go a little bit further west, as Campese is a little further west than we are. So they're a little closer, but we're trying to, if we go that way, we may just put a smaller kitchen out there and do the prep here and service the west side. I mean, or the far west.
Lanny, a lot of people don't realize that there are restaurants in the industry operating as ghost kitchens, and you don't even know it. There's a ghost kitchen. Cowboy Chicken has a ghost kitchen for sandwiches, I think, and Red Robin has a ghost chicken concept. I think people have heard that Chuck E. Cheese has a ghost kitchen in it that is not children oriented. So if you're ordering a nice pizza margarita and wine, you look up a name and it shows up on your Yelp app, and you order it, and you don't really know it came from Chuck E. Cheese, and things like that. I mean, it's become another.
Yes, I think they've a lot of people that have stepped into that ghost kitchen space have approached places like that you mentioned that might have underutilized kitchens, but a lot of infrastructure that they're able to produce food still. And in particular, last year when they had all the infrastructure set up, I've been approached by a couple of folks already there's people out there looking to do that. They want to, instead of getting into a big lease or a big undertaking of a whole new location, they just go to places that might already have the space and just basically lease the employees and infrastructure to produce a separate menu for them. And that's a lot of folks are doing that. And I know that there's a lot of struggles with that and the people that are trying that model, but it's all over the place. There's people are doing it in trailers and cooking in propane. I was reading, there's a lot of information out there on how big this thing is they're anticipating getting. But I read recently that by 2030, it'll be a $3 trillion industry. I don't know what truth is in that, but it's certainly something that I'm hearing a lot about and getting approached about a lot from folks all over the country about, hey, how are you all doing it? Or, would you be interested in doing this and that?
So this is kind of the ground floor for you, right? So
yeah, I feel like that a lot. On the food side, that's the easy part. I know how to do that. The rest of it is like, okay, there's nobody else is doing kind of what we're doing, so we kind of have to create the path for ourselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Bud, we lost your audio for a second.
Yeah, I'm back. Something bounced out, but I'm glad to be here. If you still got me, Steve, did you have another question about the ghost kitchen? I do want to talk to Lanny about holidays and what else is coming up.
Well, when you get something from a ghost kitchen, is it like do you reheat it up, or is it already hot, or how's that work?
No, ours is all cooked to order. There might be some models out there that are geared toward that, but I think that space is a little bit different. I think the traditional ghost kitchen and what people are doing right now it's ready to eat food. It's just delivered food. It's really going back to the, almost Domino's 30 minutes or less, where everything's cooked to order and delivered to your home. That kind of model.
Well, I'm gonna have to get a ruler out and figure out how far away I am on Mapsco or something to see if I'm in line for some drinks. I mean, because that sounded pretty good to me.
Steve, you may have to come up to my house and wait in the driveway for them to bring it, and then you can drive it home. So.
We'll make our way out to find you, Steve. You just text me the address. I'll bring it to you.
Lanny, this time of year, everybody wants to talk about New Year's, and they want to talk about tamales. And I know you're not. Tamales are not your number one business right now, but you've made quite a few. What's it like for everybody in the business this time of year? Is there anything that is affecting the tamale industry this time of year? And then what are you planning on New Year's Eve? Which one of your kitchens will be open and serving something special?
Well, on the tamales, we do a little bit. Like last year was actually we had a lot of success with the tamale. We did a Christmas Day box, so we did a dozen tamales and a dozen breakfast tacos and 6 empanadas and some cold pressed juice and Mexican hot chocolate and salsas and add up our fajitas. And I was a little hesitant. I was wondering how it would go over, but we had a lot of success with people not wanting to, I guess, cook Christmas breakfast, and we sent them something easy to reheat. So we do that, and the same thing we'll do with it. We'll do some sort of New Year's box special. It's usually a ribeye with poblano rajas, but I know the tamale, you know, that they kind of go hand in hand with the holidays. And if you've got the labor and the staff to produce, and it's I don't know, it's everyone makes their tamales somewhat the same, but not they all come out different. Ours, we use an heirloom corn masarina from a company called Macienda. The ones that we're doing for our Christmas boxes this year are a free range chicken with tomatillo and poblano, with queso fresco and a crema macon, and then they'll have various salsas with it. But that comes like in our bigger box.
And some of your family members sell a few tamales too. Do you want to mention their business?
Yeah. I know that at Esperanza's, my uncles and part of my family over there, you know, at Joe T's and Esperanza's. Joe T's kind of, you know, Joe T's is, I think they have so much table service. I think that Joe T's, the holidays, is really a place for folks to come back in town to Fort Worth and get nostalgic. And everybody seems to end up there on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. So their table service is I think all they can handle. So they don't get into the to-go tamale business too much because of all the table service that they do. But Esperanza's has the ability they do a lot of tamale to-go orders. And I think they have lines and lines of people that line up to pick up their orders over the holidays.
Oh, looks like we lost Bud. So let's see. So the holidays, you said hot chocolate?
Yeah, that's in our Christmas Day box. Yeah, we do like a Mexican hot chocolate that comes alongside with like an orange juice. So we kind of do like a kit for folks that want to just do something easy on Christmas morning to heat up. Because, you know, whether folks are celebrating Christmas or not, most places aren't open on Christmas Day. So we try to provide a service that people can pick up on Christmas Eve and still and pick up. And we're selling those boxes through FantasmaKitchens.com. And we're producing most of it we're producing all of it out of Phantasma now. I don't know what I'm saying. Righteous has been my small kitchen that we've done everything out of for a while, but now we have a little bit more room to do stuff like this.
Well, how about Righteous? How's that going?
It's going great. Yeah, Righteous is really good. You know, we were a little early, kind of like the Ghost Kitchen arena right now. When I opened Righteous almost, like, I guess 7 years ago, I got a lot of questions about what is healthy and clean eating, and spent a lot of time kind of getting into that. But now it's been really good. Last year, obviously, with everyone, it was a struggle early on without a dining room, but we launched the Ghost Kitchen and made some changes, kept everyone employed, and really it's pretty busy, quite a bit.
Steve, I'll tell you how busy Righteous Foods is. The businesses around it have put up signs saying no parking for Righteous Foods. It's so busy that they have started spilling over into the rest of the neighborhood. So you know, it did take a while for everybody to catch on to the healthier dining, but I think the brunch menu in particular and the lunches, you know, the crowds are good. So I think
I like the shrubs too, the drinks with the vinegar.
Yeah. We don't do we don't do a whole lot of cocktails there, which is unfortunate because in the restaurant industry, you know, it's better to sell alcohol than booze. It's a lot better business model. But that's why I'll have so many offerings of different detox, we call them, you know, with the shrubs and drinking vinegars and cold pressed juices and kombuchas and all the different mocktails and plays that we have that people come to kind of be healthy or eat healthy. We try to supply kind of a non boozy cocktail just so that people have something a little more interesting to order aside from iced tea.
That's in the Cultural District on West 7th Street. It's near Boland. What's the cross street there?
It's Boland. Yeah, it's on Boland and West 7th. So yeah, right on West 7th, in between the big intersection and Monticello. There's
breakfast and lunch every day and dinner every day, but Sunday, I think. Is that right?
We're actually we last year we opened for dinner on Sunday nights.
Sunday dinner, okay.
All day long, every day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 7 days a week.
Coffee in the morning and dinner at night, and the patio is always busy. If you're looking for a nice, safe place to eat outdoors, the Righteous Patio is one of the best.
Yes, we redid that one and replanted a bunch of greenery out there and fans, and we got a really, really nice, quaint patio.
Okay, Lanny, Fantasma Kitchens, Righteous Foods. What are we leaving out in the Lanny Lancart empire?
I think that's it. I've got, we'll launch a bunch of brands under Fantasma Kitchens, but the main two places I'm operating right now are Fantasma Kitchens and Righteous Foods. That's plenty. I've got both hands full with them.
Okay,
Steve, do you have any more questions?
To go to get this?
What's that?
The websites to go to get this now?
So Lanny'sKitchen.com has all of our brands on it. That we all, which is Fantasma Kitchens and Righteous Foods, and you can see everything from there.
Okay.
You can order a pizza and a chicken fajita dinner and have them all brought over with a Moscow Mule. Is that right?
Yeah, don't forget
That's
the
correct.
drink.
That's correct.
Okay, all right. It sounds like holidays are happening. Thank you very much, Lanny, for being our guest.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Great talking to you.
Until next time on the Eat Speak podcast, I'm Bud Kennedy.
And Steve Wilson.